Hello, dear Cut and Sew Tribe. You are welcome to Cut and Sew Tribe YouTube channel. Today, we are going to learn how to recreate this structured puffed sleeve. So, I'm going to show you how to calculate and get the measurement for it. So, for the required material, you're going to need this. This is my main fabric. I have a yard, so I'm going to use this 1 yard to cut the two sleeves, and I have my interfacing. It's a bit light, so because I'm using a light interfacing, I'll be using this wording for the upper part, though it is optional. If you are working with color stay, you may not use wording. And I have my lining, a yard of doll face for the lining. So for this sleeve, I'm going to use half circle to get it. So whatever your round armhole is, you're going to multiply it by 2. So the reason why you are multiplying it by 2 is so that you can have enough fabric to pleat around your armhole. So whatever your armhole is, multiply it by 2. And you know the formula for finding the radius of half circle is 3.14. So I'm going to divide my round armhole multiplied by 2. I will divide it by 3.14, and it gave me 12 inches because my round armhole multiplied by 2 is 38. So if I divide 38 by 3.12, I have 12 inches. So that is the radius of my circumference, my round armhole. Now for you to get the width of your sleeve, you can use between 7 to 10 inches. So because I want mine to be uh big, I will be using 10 inches. So that 10 inches, I'm going to add it to the 12 inches for my radius, and that's going to give me 22. So the 22 is what I am measuring now. So I'll measure my 22 and I'm going to fold it into 2 as seen. So can you see it? So just go ahead and measure whatever your own is after you might have done your calculation. Now this is my 22. So from that folded edge, I'm going to measure 12 inches. 12 inches is going to be the radius of my circumference. Do you get it now? This my armhole. So I will measure that 12 inches across. So can you see the way I am rotating my tape? So just go ahead and measure your 12 inches across, whatever you get after dividing your full armhole. Your full armhole multiplied by 2. Whatever you get, you are going to divide it by 3.14. So this is it. I've measured my 12 inches across like this, and this is going to serve as our armhole circumference. Now the next thing I will measure, now using my armhole circumference, I will measure the 10 inches I added. So yours, you can use between 7 to 10 inches. It depends on how bold you want your sleeves to be, because I want mine to be a little bit bold. That is why I used 10 inches. So the 10 inches I will measure across as seen. Do you get it now? So I will measure it across using the armhole circumference line that we have measured initially. So this is my sleeve length. Can you see it? So I'll connect it together, and this is what we have. So the next thing I'm going to do now is I'll go ahead and cut it out. So this is it. I've cut the hem of the sleeve, and I'll go ahead now and cut the armhole area. So this upper part, this part I'm cutting now, is where you are going to use as your armhole circumference. Do you get it now? The reason why we have it big like this is because of the pleating around the sleeve. So if you open it up, this is what you are going to have, and this is going to serve for one sleeve. Do you get it now? So we're going to have it like this. I'll fold it back because we need to shape the mouth of this sleeve. So the part we folded, that part, this part here that is folded, is where you are going to shape. So I want you to watch what I'm going to do closely. Can you see it? So that part, you are going to shape it to the midpoint of the hem of your sleeve. So let me just fold it into two so that we get the midpoint. Can you see it? So that part, this center, is where you're going to stop. Do you get it now? So I'm going to shape it out from this part to the folded part of your half circle. I hope you get it now. So I'm going to use my free hand just to get like a cuff, just to cuff it out. Do you get it now? And you're going to bring it all the way down to the midpoint of your flare. So I'll go ahead and shape it out as seen. So this is it. I've shaped it out, and this is what you should have. So I'll just cut it open because we must have it separately there. Can you see it? So I'll go ahead now and use this to cut two pieces on my main fabric. The two pieces is going to be for one sleeve, so I'm going to cut it on the interfacing as well. All right, this is it. I've cut it out on the main fabric and I've cut my interfacing. So I've gone ahead to put my interfacing on the both the fabric and the lining. So the next thing you're going to do now is you're going to join it together, the two pieces. So on this part, you join it together. The same thing you're going to do on the main fabric. So that part you are joining together straight is going to serve as your underarm. Do you get it now? So this is the part you are going to use your wadding. So I'm going to cut like 8 inches the length, so that I'm going to just iron it on this part, this curved part. You know, this curved part is going to serve as our sleeve height, the cap height. Do you get it now? So I'm going to cut like 8 inches following the shape, the curve shape. So I'll just cut it out and I will show you the next thing to do. So can you see it? I've cut it out. This is just to add more structure to my sleeve. Now this our armhole area, I'm going to cut out half inch. Can you see it? Just cut out half inch because you don't want the wadding to enter the armhole. You know, we are still going to pleat that part and it will be too thick by the time you want to start sewing. Do you get it now? So that was why I shaped that part. I left half inch there. So this now I'm going to, the wadding, I'll just iron it down on the lining alone, and I'm going to join that part, this straight part. I'm going to join it down both on the fabric and on the lining. So can you see it now? I've joined it down and this is what we have. So we have it now. The two pieces now is now standing as just one piece. Now I told you the two pieces is going to be for just one sleeve. All right, so the next thing you're going to do is to bring it together, your lining right side facing right side, and you will take it back to the sewing machine. Can you see the way I'm arranging it? And you are going to sew it down. Can you see it? You are going to sew down the circumference of your flare. So I'm going to use half inch just to sew it down from one edge to another. Do you get it now? So this is what we have. I've sewn it down, and this is what we have. So I'll just go ahead and turn it inside out like so. Can you see it? So my wording is on the lining, so I'll bring it out like this. It is not laying very well. I'll take it back to the ironing table. So I've ironed it, and can you see the way it is laying very flat? So this is what we have now. This part is going to be under your arm. Do you get it now? So I'll bring it together. You can trim out any excess you have so that you have everything neatly sewn. So I'll bring it together like this. So bring it together like this. Make sure they are equal. So I will arrange it properly. Can you see it now? So that part you have it sewn down, that you have the joining, like I said, is going to be your underarm. So it is from that part you are going to measure your round sleeve. So whatever your round sleeve is, you are going to measure it there. So in my own case, my round sleeve is 12 inches, and you know it is on fold. So whatever your round sleeve is, you're going to measure it divided by 2. 12 into 2 is going to give us 6, and that was why I measured 6 there. So from that 6, from this 6, can you see it? Since we have turned this edge, you take it back to the sewing machine, and you are going to sew it very close to the edge because we have turned it. Do you get it? Don't use up to half inch to sew that part. So you need to sew it together very tiny. So this is it. I've sewn it down. Can you see it? It's very close to the edge, so that your sleeve roundness is going to be very neat. And this upper part, this part here, the pointed part, is going to be for our cap height. Do you get it now? For our sleeve height. So I'll bring it out like so. Can you see it? Just make sure you push everything out, and you take it back to the ironing table to press open that line so that everything will be neat. Do you get it now? So after that, now you can just go ahead now and pleat the excess you have on that armhole circumference. Can you see it? You pleat it around the sleeve. Make sure you can use your pin to hold it down. You pleat it around, and you are going to like sew it down. Do you get it now? So can you see it? I've done it on the second one, and this is what we have. So I'll go ahead now and do it on this. I'm going to pleat it. By the time you finish pleating it, you must have enough space for your armhole. Do you get it now? So I will go and pleat it. I'll sew it down. I will come and show you the next thing to do. So I've sewn it down. Can you see it? And you may have something like this on your sleeve, so don't worry. It's you just try to shape it out so that it will sit properly on your sleeve. Can you see it? I've cut it out, and our sleeve is ready. So this is what your sleeve will look like. I will take it to the ironing table. I will iron it, and I'm going to fix it on the bodies that I have already prepared, and I'm going to show you the final outlook on my mannequin. So can you see both of them are equal? So you must have them equal like this. All right, this is the final look of it. Can you see it? So if you find this tutorial helpful, kindly give us thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more interesting tutorial. So can you see the sleeve roundness? Can you see it? So till I come your way next, I'll see you in the next class. Bye.